situation. I think with UCMP, your data is a lot more denormalized. And Arctos is a normalized situation, so there have to be a lot of mapping that goes on to make sure we're putting data in the right place.
It seems to me that in addition to the technical issues that are being discussed, there's also a more general, maybe sociological issue here that should be on the table, and that is, what are the advantages of having a group upstairs who knows the system well and who's dealt with it, you know, and is there's a local team right on scene that can help you troubleshoot on some things. I mean, I can imagine how what you're going through. I can really sympathize with the problems if you've already done this several times. So you just and no, so I mean, that's a real issue. That's a real issue.
It has a distinct impact on the research
Absolutely.
capabilities
I
of
think
the museum and of everyone associated.
Well, I've got
with it.
the 4 of these,
Yeah.
so I know exactly what you're talking about.
So the question is there some community support locally to help with this? And I think that's a really important issue to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think that's really, I think you're absolutely right, David, that's very relevant. And just kind of, thinking about, stepping back now and thinking about BNHM as a consortium and about the BNHM-IST Partnership, we have a steering committee that talks to the directors. They're going to be thinking about things like that, things like what is the timing, things like the fact that, you've only been in your current system for about 2 years or something, it's working for you now, so, you're probably not the next museum to be going into a new system. You're probably stable where you are for a while, whereas someplace like the Hearst Museum or the Botanical Garden Herbaria, they have some more kind of dramatic needs to get moving. So, but there's a lot of factors to consider. But
So would the MVZ, would they ever consider migrating their data to specify 6?
Not right now.
Right now,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're
Yeah.
pretty much,
We're
this
pretty
is,
much
this
the
is
same
what
Yeah,
you're
we would be
We're
losing
pretty stable.
functionality.
Basically,
We'd be
yeah,
losing
so we have
functionality,
to-
we'd be losing a lot of functionality,
Yeah.
and,
Wouldn't have places to put some data. I mean, it's
Yeah.
that simple.
Yeah.
So why are we looking at these other options when it looks like perhaps there may be only one option here?
well, we're definitely looking at, not replacing everything with one system all at one time. Right? So we've talked about kind of a hybrid solution and incrementally, iteratively moving towards a smaller set of technologies that are more sustainable and can be leveraged more effectively. What that exactly will look like, I don't know. And we're going to come up with some kind of statement about that here in June, but I fully expect it to evolve over time, as well as we know more about what collection space is going to be able to do, about what Specify is going to be able to do. And we know that excuse me, that we rely on the curators to help us with these projects, the curatorial staff. So if there's no time available and you're stable, we shouldn't be bothering you too much right now. Unless your director says, well, you know what, this is the priority. We need to do this because of X, Y, and Z. So yeah, stop curating and let's do some data modeling things, or help do some testing of that, whatever those activities are.
I think one thing that happened to me, I sort of went from being a collection manager to being a database guy, sort of a database guy over the last 10 years. But I feel like what I'm doing is hugely important. I mean, this isn't just, it wasn't just a data migration. We're really upgrading the way we manage collections and the way we manage and distribute information about collections. So it's not like it's detracting from my job at all. It's quite the opposite.
Well,